Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about inviting and how you are going to use the processes that we've already talked about. So being a product of the product, you're already sharing what you're doing on social media and you're already growing your following. So now you're going to be starting to get eyes on what you're doing. Now in the early days as a coach, you may just have a few people watching you. Please don't feel set back by that. We all started with literally tiny social media accounts and posting for days and days and weeks, nobody noticing anything really. That is part of the process. You might be lucky, you may have a supportive community around you and they might be going, yay, go you. I didn't. And don't let that put you off, because eventually when you're showing up consistently, you will get those results, you will get those people following you, even the ones that you have absolutely no idea they're there, and they send you a message saying, oh my goodness, I've been following you for 3 years and I really want to start my health and fitness journey now. It's just like, who are you? But that doesn't matter. We're here to help everyone. So inviting is, I think, a beautiful thing. It enables us to help people where they're at. So first and foremost, there is a process that we follow. It works really, really simply. If you're using stories, which I highly encourage you to do, because stories are a great way of people being able to see you as an individual. People want real and authentic people. There's so much fluff out there on social media, you know, through the virus. So like people just doing sweaty selfies. I thought I'd wear a lash, have a new lashes day today. And I'm not dissing them, but kind of I am. It's just like, okay, well, we over 1,000 people died yesterday from the virus and you're worried about your bloody eyelashes. It's going off on a bit of a tangent, I apologise. But, you know, you should be sharing what you're doing on a daily basis, because that is enabling people then to have a touch point with you. And no matter how many people you have that are your followers or your friends, with the way the algorithm works on social media, only a tiny percentage, about 8% of your followers will actually see your post, which is just like, is it really worth posting? Yes, it is. I promise you it is. That's the way it works. But we have this amazing opportunity to help people. So when, so for instance, okay, say you've posted some stories. I would recommend between 8 and 11 on a daily basis. If you're a new coach and you're terrified and you're just getting out there, just take it steady. Don't worry too much about it. Do share your workout clips. You can either put music behind them, you can do them like I do, and I just tend to press play, record, and record with the voice of the person, the coach that's doing the session. For me, I think that engages with a lot of people because they're hearing what I'm doing. Some coaches like to make it all fancy and they use an app to make it look really pretty. That will be as part of the tools and resources training that you'll get. But for me, I just keep it really simple. My feed is very honest, it's very raw, it's very basic, it's quite messy, but that's how I am. And I'm not going to pretend to be anything different. And to be quite honest, it resonates with people that follow me. Excuse me. So with your Instagram watchers, you are going to click the frame of your Instagram stories that has the most amount of watchers. So it's probably going to be your earliest frame. And you're going to go through those watchers and you're going to click on each of them. And you're going, if you've not already sent them a new follower message, which is, hey, I just noticed you following along. So happy to connect with you on here. Hope you have a great day. That's all you're going to do. Send those messages. And then if they're still watching you 2 or 3 days later, you're going to send them another message. Hey, I noticed you're still following along. Are you interested in what I'm doing as a coach? Or were you wanting more information on my virtual bootcamp? That's it. They'll either reply to say, oh, yes, please. Or they won't reply, in which case, fine. Or they'll say, no, thank you, not yet. Or no, thank you. Because they're watching you, they like you, they're watching for a reason, okay? These are your most engaged people. So you want to be doing that go through your Instagram story watches every single day. It's one of the most important things you can do. It's a great way to build relationships. If you've seen that those people are watching you still, you've sent them your first little thanks for following along, can't wait to get to know you better message. And then 2 or 3 days later, you've sent them, are you interested in what I'm doing? And then they either don't reply or they've said no. Then the next time you happen to come across their name, you just do a comment or a like on their feed. That's it. Go into their feed, like or comment, and go back out. Don't spend too much time doing that, but just 1 or 2, hearts and a comment is nice. And you don't need to do that every day. When you're going through your feed regularly, you'll recognise the names. So if you think, oh yeah, I've not commented on her stuff for a while, pop back in and comment, okay? A month goes by and they're still watching and you're coming up for your next boot camp. You're going to send them another message. Hey, I noticed you're still following along. Just wanted to let you know my next virtual boot camp is going to kick off in a week or so's time. Put the date. We're taking on 8 people this month, however many you want to add. Are you interested to learn more? They'll either say yes or no. And they'll follow along, and you might find they're following you for 6 months, 12 months, 3 years. Once you've got into you've invited them for 3 months consecutively, you'll probably leave it another 2 or 3 months before you invite them again. But then you're going to invite them again because they're still watching. They're still engaged. They're watching for a reason. It's just that the timing is not right for them yet. Do not be the one that decides whether the timing is right for them or not. You don't know that. Same with coaching. They might be interested in the coaching opportunity. I have coaches or people that say to me, I'm ready now. I'm really ready. I want to get started straight away. And then I send them the information and then nothing. Okay. Did you get a chance to look at the email? Yes. Great. And then they ghost me completely, but they're still following. And so I will invite them to the next coaching opportunity or the next coaching webinar and then the next coaching webinar. And then if there's still nothing, I'll invite them again in another 3 months or so, which is why it's really important to track. And that is covered in another tutorial, but you do want to track the people who you're communicating with, who you've sent information to. Don't track the people that you're just having the quick conversations with. It's not worth it. Just track people that you're actually sending people, that you're sending information to. I use Streak, Google Streak. You can use pen and paper to begin with, Excel, whatever works for you, but we will go into that in more detail. And then people who are liking and commenting on your feed. So in the early days, you're not going to have that many more, you're not going to have so many likes and comments, but that's great because it means that you haven't got to spend so much time working out who all these people are. So, you first of all would then, the people that have commented, you're going to send them a little message. Hey, thanks for your support on my post. I saw you commented. Are you interested to learn more? Same with the people who liked. Hey, thanks for the support on my post. Did you want to learn more about what I'm doing? Are you open to learn more about the bootcamp I'm running in June? Are you open to learn more about the coaching webinar I've got going in August? Are you open to join us for our new year, get fit and fabulous bootcamp, whatever it might be? It's just a little short message. It's a short message. It's not, there's no pressure. It's, are they open to learn more? I find open is a great word to use. Something I learned from Ray Higdon, who's like this network marketing mastermind. Interested? I wouldn't use that. Are you curious to learn? It's okay. Open is the best. I think open is a great one. Are you open to learn more about this or that? And then if they say yes, great. Then you follow the information that we've added for you in our Coach Training Academy. Or if you're not sure where to find it, get in touch with the coach that adds you to the group and we'll help direct you. That's all. That's part of the duplicatable system. It's so easy. It's just like, okay, they've said yes, do this, and this. And they'll either join or they won't join. Take your emotion out of it completely. And that's inviting is as simple as that. When somebody follows you, now you see, at the moment, I'm inviting around about a minimum of about 60 people a day. When somebody follows you, they are back in they've said, yes, I will accept your follow request, and that they're now in your space. Now, once you've gone through your Instagram story watchers and you've gone through the people who've liked and commented on your post, you're then going to go and invite your followers. Hey, thanks so much for following me. Just wondered, I'm not sure if you've seen on my social media, I'm getting ready to start off my latest virtual fit club. Did you want to learn more details? Hey, thanks so much for following along. Not sure if you've seen, getting ready to launch my latest coach discovery webinar. Did you want more details? It's as simple as that. They'll either say yes or no. If they say no, no worries. If they say yes, great, going to send them information. It's as easy as that. But please don't think that you're inviting them with a purpose to sell them something. We are all selling all the time. Whether it's to try and get your child to eat something healthy off its plate, whether it's to encourage one of your children to come out for a walk with you because you know it's good for them and they've not moved all day long, whether it's you convincing yourself to press play on your workout because you know it's good for you, we are selling all of the time. The difference between selling and selling is the fact that you don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be pushy too. I do not want to be one of those network marketers that somebody reads the message and goes, ooh. Now, going on to that, actually, there are different processes that different people use. For me, I don't want somebody to say for like 3 messages, hey, I love your dog. What breed is it? That's cool if they're a dog lover. I mean, I've sent that to some coaches because I genuinely saw their post and I love animals. Hey, what's that dog? It's so cool. But I'm not sending that message with the view to signing them up. I'm just sending it to connect with them. Plants, I love nature. If I see a pretty plant, I love that. I'll comment. I love succulents. I've got succulents all up my garden path. I will leave that as a comment. It's not because I'm trying to make them buy something. I'm just connecting with them. Our whole industry is about connection. However, what I won't do is see somebody and think, I think that person would be really good in my boot camp. So I'm going to comment on what's in their feed that I resonate with. I like her shoes. Oh, I'm going to send her a message. I really love those shoes. And she's going to reply, say, oh, thanks. And then you're going to think, now what do I do? Okay, I still really want her in my boot camp. So what am I going to do? 3 weeks later, she's eating celery. I had celery juice once. I'm going to comment, I love celery juice too. And she's going to go, cool, good. And you're thinking, I still really need her in my boot camp. What am I going to do? And then you've got to make that bridge. How do you do it? Oh, by the way, we kind of share the same shoe style and we both love celeries. Would you like to join my bootcamp? I mean, can you see how awkward that is? Because she's going to think, that's why you commented on my posts, just so you could invite me to your silly bootcamp. For me, I don't want to do that. Some coaches do, and they're really good at it. If somebody's watching or engaging or they're following me, I would rather just come straight out with it. Are you interested, or are you open to learn more about what it is that I'm doing? Because it gets it out there. We've got all the scripts. I've got this massive document. When I first joined as a coach, I hated the idea of scripts because the scripts that I'd been given were just like so not me. I've rewritten, I mean, with a lot of practice, I've rewritten scripts that I just think are brilliant now and they work really, really well. I don't feel salesy. And often, you know, I think scripts are a great guideline, but I don't necessarily recommend using just a copy-paste script all the time. In some cases, yes, they're great. Like, for instance, if you've been in touch with people, you've sent them a coach information, you know, you sent them the sort of first details about the coaching opportunity, and then they want more, and you've got your coach discovery webinar set up and ready. So then you can copy the paste. Hey, here's the link for our, you know, here's the link for our next coach discovery webinar. I really hope you can make it. There's no point in typing that out every single time, because all you're going to be doing is a disservice to the many people that perhaps want to be on that webinar. And because you've said, oh no, I don't use scripts, I have to type it all out, you know, you're shooting yourself and your potential coaches in the foot. So that's when you would copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. And if you're doing a lot of new follower messages, I do new follower messages on my Instagram and my Facebook. Hey, thanks so much for following along. Hope you have a great day. I'm literally copy paste, copy paste, copy paste those, because there's no need not to. The next one, I always use their name when I've got into the next message. So, hey, with what, for instance, at the moment, with what's going on at the moment, and I know we don't know each other, but just wondered if, you've been following along with my stories. Are you interested to learn more? Are you open to learn more about either my coaching opportunity or my virtual fit club? Don't offer them both generally, offer one, because people get confused. In an ideal world, just offer the one. There are some instances when you will offer both, but most of the time you just offer the one. It's just it's always use their name, but it's a really easy message just to send to people. So, you would tend to copy paste that. But then the message after that is probably going to be more personal. You might use voice memo, you might record it yourself, do the record that converts to text, or you might type it out. But again, we've got guides that will help you through that process. If somebody says that, yeah, I'm interested, that's when it becomes a little bit more personal, because you need to find out what their goals and their needs are so that you can help them specifically. But inviting itself it's like the core of the business. It's a great opportunity. It gives you opportunity, it gives you the chance to help people on so many different levels. When you go at inviting with the right mindset, this is where mindset's so key again. It's a simple process. It's a very important part of our business. It's one of the most important parts of our business. Once you've started to build your following, if you do nothing else, obviously be a product of the product, share something on social media. Your next one is invite. You have to invite. If you're not inviting, you're not growing your business. So it's an absolute key component of your business. But it's a component of your business that has the potential to change so many lives for the better. And they're either interested or they're not. And if they're not interested, move on. If they are interested, that's when it gives you the opportunity to share more about what it is that we do. So I hope that's sort of broken down inviting in a sort of easier way for you to understand. I don't think I've used this analogy on this video, but I did on a previous one, I think the vital behaviours. But again, just going over that, I think I used the party one previously. But for instance, if you had a restaurant open or a cafe and somebody comes in and sits in your cafe and you don't go up to them and ask them what they want, they're not going to be impressed. If somebody's following you, watching you, liking or commenting, that is the same as that person sat down in your cafe or your restaurant waiting for you to come up with the menu. They might just want a sugar cube, but they might want a 3 or 5 course meal. And that's up to you then to work out what they want. That is the whole essence behind effective inviting. So embrace it. I promise you that the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more the flow, you'll find the flow. And once you find your flow, actually the business becomes really fun. Occasionally you might get the odd person who's really negative. You might do. Occasionally. I've had it probably 3 times. And the first time it happened to me, I'd done that like shoes. I like this. And I'd formed the friendship. And then she got really cross that I'd invited her. But I actually think she got a problem, because it's just like she really went off on one. I'm not quite sure what was wrong with that lady. But you don't worry about those when they happen. Sometimes you just might catch somebody at a bad time in their life. And there are some people out there also that just like to be negative. And they almost reel you in, and then they just want to be negative. Some people play along. Oh, yes. That you might say, yeah, are you interested to learn more? Yes. Okay, great. Give me an idea of your goals and your struggles. Yes. Then just either unfollow or block, because there are people that mess around a bit. but there aren't many. And I don't want you to let those people put you off, which is why I was a little bit reluctant to actually add it here. It is a fact of life. You know, you've got this far. There are always going to be people out there who just are not very pleasant people, or who are time wasters. Occasionally you will come across that sort of person. This is, again, another reason why mindset is so important. I'm so lucky I get to help so many people on a daily basis. And when I get one of those negative comments, I think about it for way longer than I should. I suppose because I'm human and I don't want to offend people, and I'm so careful not to put a bad image out there. You know, I don't want people to think it's a salesy, scammy thing, because it's not. And occasionally you get the odd one, and it's just like, you know, and then you go over your practices, you review your methods, and it's just, am I doing something wrong? And no, actually you fell upon a bad egg. You have to kind of learn to let it go and not let it detract you from all the good that you can do and all the good that you can offer. Because there's so many people out there who need health and wellness help. There are so many people out there who are dying to create an income from home, and they've no idea this opportunity exists. So never ever decide for somebody. And that's just go over quickly. Sometimes you'll come across an account and they've got like 23,000 followers, and you'll think, I'm not inviting them. They're clearly fine. They might have bought those followers, or they may have grown them organically and they hate their job. The worst that they can say to you is, no, I'm not interested, or no, thank you. But they might say, yes, I'm interested. I've sent, especially as a new coach, it's just like, ooh, okay, I'm just going to press send and send that message. And then they've replied to say, yeah, I'm actually open to learn more about it. Tell me what it is. It's just like, bloody hell. Because so many people on their social media, they just put out the glitzy bits, or the bits that they want people to see that makes them look super successful. You've no idea what's going on behind the background. As a therapist, I work with a lot of people who are going through really crappy marriages, but on the outside, it's perfect. You would never know anything was wrong. So never ever assume that what you see on social media is a true reflection of what's going on in their lives. The worst they can say to you is something rude, in which case just block them. You don't want them on your feed. But most people will just say, if they're not interested, no thank you. That's all they say. So I hope that's giving you a good overview of the inviting process. It's really simple. It's really fun. It's really pleasurable. And it's a really important part of your business. So make sure you're inviting daily, absolutely daily, 15 people minimum daily. If there's a day where life just goes mad and you can only invite one, invite that one. But as a whole, try and focus on at least 15 people daily. And when you're sharing on social media regularly, you're going to be finding, you know, those people are going to be watching you, following you. You're going to be having those people that you're able to engage with. So first of all, it's your Instagram story watchers, either the first new follower message, then 2 or 3 days later, it's the invite message. You've got your likers and your commenters on your posts. You're going to be inviting them. And then when you've invited them, you're going to then be inviting the people who are following you. So go through your Instagram feed, start at AA, and then AB, AC, AD. Make a note in your diary so you know where to start off the next day. And that's how you're going to invite your followers. And then when you invited them once, they'll either say yes, in which case you'll send them information, all that information we've got for you. If they say no, not a worry. But if they look like they're somebody that really needs what you've got, invite them again make a note of them and invite them again the following month. They might say no again. If they're still following you and watching, they've got an eye on you. So the only reason I would stop inviting up or following up with somebody is either when they die or they tell me to clear off. But I will follow for I'll invite rather and follow up for the first 3 months, and then I'll probably leave it for another 3 months. So then there'll be, you know, month 1, month 2, month 3, and then start again month 6, and then another invite month 12, another invite month 18, that sort of thing. That's the process I tend to follow. And I will give you more information as how I stay on top of those, how I track those people in another video. Otherwise this is going to get too long. So I hope that was helpful. Again, any questions, any comments, just ask below, and yeah, get inviting, get building your following so that you've got people to invite.